Hi, welcome to my video on the equation of a hyperbola in general form when the center is h comma k. The general form of a hyperbola equation with center h comma k is ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus d plus e equals 0. Similar to an ellipse, the only thing is that one, a or b, has to be less than 0. And notice you have two squares, but one is positive and one is negative. Both are not negative. And some examples of that would be 5x squared minus 4y squared minus 10x plus 16y minus 1 equals 0. Or you could have a negative 4x squared plus 8y squared plus 8x plus 12y plus 1 equals 0. That's some examples. So now, since we know what the general form is, let's change this transformational form to the general form. And we have fractions, so the LCD for these fractions, 4 times 9 is 36. So we multiply the first part by 36, multiply the second fraction by 36, and multiply the 1 by 36. 4 into 36 goes 9, so we get a 9 times x minus 1 squared. 9 into 36 goes 4, so we get 4y plus 3 squared. 1 times 36 is 36. So we'll do PEMDAS first, and that we work out the powers. So when we square x minus 1 squared, x times x is x squared. We multiply x by negative 1. Negative 1x doubled is negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. We'll also work out this power. Y plus 3 all squared. The pattern is take the first term and square it. The product is 3y, double it, plus 6y. And we square the last term, which is 9, equals 36. And now we have to multiply to get rid of the brackets. So it's 9x squared minus 18x plus 9 minus 4y squared minus 24y minus 36 equals 36. So now we put it in the order. So we gotta, let's go with x squared. Then we have a y squared. Then we have an x, 18x. Then we have a y minus 24y plus 9 minus 36 minus 36 equals 0. So we go x squared, y squared, x, and then the y, and the constants go on the end, and the 36 moves to the left, become negative. So the final equation is 9x squared minus 4y squared minus 18x plus 24y, and that's a 72 and 9, so that should give me a negative 9 off of that is 63 equals 0. And let's do the next one. Again, this is transformational form equal to 1. And notice that this time the x is negative and the y is positive. So we have a 16 and a 5, 16 and 25. The LCD for these two is 400. So we'll multiply the first fraction by 400, second one by 400, and what that does again, it eliminates the fractions. 25 goes into 416, so we get 16y minus 2 squared. 16 into 400 goes 25, so let's put a 16 there, divide. 16 to 25, 16 into 400 goes 25, so we get 25x minus 4 squared. And 1 times 400 is 400. Again, but PEMDAS with a square first, 16. And we get y squared. Product is negative 2y doubled, negative 4y. Negative 2 squared is 4. And we'll do the power first. x being squared. Product is negative 4x, doubled is negative 8x. And negative 4 times negative 4 is 16, equals 400. Now we'll remove the brackets, so multiply 16 by these three, and we get 16y squared minus 64y plus 64. Negative 25 times these three terms, negative 25x squared. 25 times negative 25 times negative 8 is a positive 200x. And 25 times 16, negative 25 times 16 is a negative 400, equals 400. And we do it in descending order this time, so we get the x squared goes first, then the y squared, then the x, and then the y, and we got 64. We got a negative 400 and another negative 400. This one moves over to the left to become negative, so that gives us a negative 25x squared plus 16y squared plus 200x minus 64y, and 800, that's a negative 736 equals 0 when you add those up. And just check it. If you take 64 and add on to that, you should get a negative 800. Perfect. And that's the general form. When the center, notice the center is, oh, I'll go back to that page just to remind. Put this page back. Notice the center of this hyperbola is 1, negative 3. X is 1, y is negative 3. And the center for this hyperbola, x is 4, y is 2. So the centers are not 0, 0. Now, some more practice. We want to change the general form. So we'll multiply by the LCD is 9 times 49, and 9 nines are 81, and that's 36, and 81 is 400. Just check that out now just to make sure. 49 times 9, 441. Perfect. So we've multiplied by 441, multiply by each fraction. Again, that eliminates the fractions in your denominator. So we get 9 into that goes 49. So we get 49 times x squared. And we get 49 into 441 is 9. So we get a negative 9 times y plus 2 squared. And we get 1 times 441 is 441. So we have 49 times x squared. That's easy. And, oh, I should have did my powers first. So let's square this anyway. So it's, that squared is y squared plus 4y plus 4. Then we do the product. So 49x squared minus 9y squared minus 36y minus 36 equals 441. And the order, everything is in the order. Notice there's no, because the x is a 0, there's no x, so the order is 49x squared minus 9y squared minus 36y minus 36 minus 441 equals 0. So we got 49x squared minus 9y squared minus 36y, and that's a minus 36, and that is 477 negative. 477, and that's your general form. Again, notice that there's no x term. The x coordinate is a 0, so the center is 0, negative 2. Number 2, we want the LCD. The LCD for 4 and 16 is 16, so we multiply each fraction by 16. 4 into 16 goes 4, so we get 4y minus 5 squared. 16 to 16 goes 1, so we get x plus 3 squared. 1 is understood to be. 1 times 16 is 16. And we do our power first by PEMDAS. We'll square this binomial. So first term is squared. Product is negative 5 doubled is negative 10y. And the last term is squared is 25. And we'll square this binomial. X is squared. Product is 3x doubled is 6x. And 3 is squared to give me a 9. And we'll multiply to get rid of the brackets. And let's put a 1 here just for a second. I'll put it there in a minute. 4 times y squared. 4 times 10 is 4 times negative 10, negative 40y. 4 times 25 is 100. Now this is subtracting, but if you put a 1 here and multiply, negative 1 times these 3 will give you negative x squared, negative 6x, negative 9. And we put it in the right order. We got a negative x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x minus 40y plus 100 minus 9 minus 16. So it's the x squared, which is negative, then the y squared, then the x, then the y, and then the constants are, notice the 16 moves to the left, become negative, so I have a negative x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x minus 40y, and that's 25, negative 25, so that's a plus 75 equals 0. So that's the standard, or sorry, that's the general form for this hyperbola. And notice the center is negative 3, 5. Now I have a sort of a different question here, just to do a little bit of extra work. It says find the equation of the hyperbola in general form. So what we need for the general form, we need to put it in transformational form first. Well, we have two vertices. Vertice 1 is 5, negative 2. Vertice 2 is 1, negative 2. And notice we have a slope of the asymptote, which is right here. So we have the slope of the asymptote is 2. So if we have two vertices, the vertices lie on the transverse axes. So let's get the center of the vertices is the midpoint. So the center is the midpoint of these two. So the midpoint, begin, is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So the center is 5, add on 1, x1 plus y1, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So there's x1 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 makes a 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And a negative 2 add on negative 2 is a negative 4. Divided by 2 is negative 2. So that's the center. So I call it the center. That's the point where the asymptotes meet. Okay, let's look at the slope. The slope of one of the asymptotes is 2. That means the slope of the other one is also 2. So the slopes are plus minus 2. And so the slope is the b over the a. So that means that the b over the a, the slope is 2. So the slope is 2 over 1. So that means that b over a is 2 over 1. But let's look at the vertices. We have the vertices of 5. 1, 2, 3. There's a 5 right there. So the vertices are 5, negative 2. and 1, negative 2. X is 1, negative 2. These are the vertices. This is V1. This is V2. So the vertices are on the axis of transverse axes, or the axis of intercept, transverse axes. So the midpoint of that is the center. So the center is 3, negative 2. And the first one is 5, negative 2. And this one right here is 1, negative 2. So notice that this is the transverse axis. Notice the distance from the center to the vertex. 3, 5 subtract 3 is 2. So that means the A is 2. So that means the horizontal stretch is 2. So if you think about it, that if the horizontal stretch is 2, and if you think correctly, the horizontal stretch is the A, and the vertical stretch is the B. So that means that we have A is 2. That means we have to find out what the B is. So if the A here is in the slope, we have 2 over 1, but the stretch is really 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that means we have B to be 4, and we have A to be 2. So our equation with this center, let's see what the equation is. We have notice we have the transverse axis is horizontal, so that means the x is first. So we have x is first, so there's an x minus 3 squared. Subtract y plus 2 squared over, and since we have the transverse axis is the x, this is the a, so the a is 2, so a squared is 4, so that's a 4. B is 4, so b squared is 16, so that's 16 equals 1. And we want the general form, so that means we'll multiply it by the LCD is 16, so we'll multiply each part of the equation by 16. 4 into 16 goes 4, so we get 4x minus 3 squared. 16 to 16 goes 1, so we get y plus 2 squared. 1 is understood. 1 times 16 is 16. Square first, so we get 4. When we square binomial, square the first term. We get the product. Negative 3x doubled, negative 6x. Negative 3 is squared to 9. And we square this binomial. First term is squared. Product is 2y doubled, 4y. The last term is squared, is a plus 4, equals 16. Multiply, we get 4 times x squared. 4 times negative 6, negative 24. 4 times negative 6x. 4 times 9 is 36. And we're subtracting, or we can put a 1 here, multiply. Negative y squared, negative 4y minus 4 when you multiply by negative 1. Or you add on the opposite, 16. And we want the general form, so the x squared goes first, then the y squared, then the x, and then the y. And we have the constant, 36 minus 4. 16 is going to the left to become a minus. So the equation is 4x squared minus y squared minus 24x minus 4y. As a 20, so it's a plus 16 equals 0. And this is the general form given this information. And again, you have to watch out, because even though the slope in this question can be tricky, the slope is 2 over 1, but the horizontal stretch is 2. So that's why I had to change 2 over 1 to a 4 over 2 to get the horizontal stretch of 2. So 4 over 2 is still the same slope as 2 over 1, but the stretch is different. And I hope that helps you understand the general form when the center is not 0, 0, a little bit of math to work out the general form, but working out the equations helps you manipulate your math skills. And if you like my video, click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content of my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Notice just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.